So after your experiences this week in the training workshop, in your opinion, what makes a good facilitator?
Well, some people are born facilitators and they have to work hard to become good facilitators, and that keeps trying and trying and trying and reading. You either born a good facilitator, but then you have to read again and know your target group, know what you're doing, have a clear-cut target to achieve, and be prepared to be flexible to meet whatever challenges do occur.
I think that the good facilitator is a person that can communicate with people. Is a person that can talk to people, listen to them, and is a person that can create an atmosphere in which people can tell their story and can share their story without not fears and without the fears of being judged by the facilitator.
You have to have an interest in the subject, making curricular stories. If you are not interested in it, you probably, I think it will be visual that you're not in for this, because we are interacting with people and we're asking them personal questions. And if you're not personal all the way, just okay, yeah, move along. I think the energy will dry out eventually. So you have to look in their eyes, and you have to at least look like you're interested in what they have to say. I think that. And and this week has filled me up with energy, and I want to test it. So we have a plan on the DIC Foundation how to manage the project, move along. So good facilitator interest, I think that's the basic. Then everything else is to learn. I mean, you can learn the technical support them with technical questions. But if you don't have this, say energy or need to actually come through in this mission. It's like me talking about pensions, it's technical stuff and you don't feel for it. I'm sure it's notable if you look at me when I'm talking about something I don't care about.
So how do you feel about the next steps?
The next step is actually breaking the barriers, because so far we've worked with people that are motivated, that are educated, that know what they do. We sort of did it in a laboratory, but out in real life things may be more difficult.
Well, I feel quite confident. At the moment, I know that I can do it. At first, I was very scared about being a facilitator because I've never been a facilitator. I've never been a trainer. So I was quite scared about standing in front of many people who have some expectations from me. But at the end, I did it in the micro circle sessions. So now I know that I can do it, and I'm quite happy.
Our plan is to make it pilot training, a workshop with our colleagues. So we are taking it step by step. So we are training to try it out if it works on a day and a half workshop. If it does, we're already in for planning by which day we are inviting people, real members or real participants, not colleagues, and try them if it works. And if it does, it's only a matter of time when we can do continuous workshops in this. Because I believe in this. It's my boss, when she heard about storytelling, she immediately goes, I know exactly what I'm going to ask. And she asked me, are you interested? And I was like, yeah. It was like, wow. So my boss won't look at it. I already told that it was a great opportunity for me.
Okay, so was there anything that stood out for you this week about the training?
Well, all the activities helped me a lot. I enjoyed all of them. I wouldn't say any of the activities any of them were dull or not productive. But I liked the small circle, the small group that we had to lead with Mary, and we had to control the situation, and we had to supplement each other. And that is difficult with a person that you have never worked with, but it worked.
We did several activities. I think that all the activities were very useful because we learned something more about the role of the facilitator. At the same time, we did active sessions in which we were in the role of facilitators, and we faced all the problems that facilitators session can have, and we have had also the opportunity of learn more about all the aspects around the organization of digital storytelling workshop. And I know that I need some more time to improve my knowledge about some elements of the facilitator role, for example, the sound and the editing aspects, but I have the time to do it, and I'm quite confident that I'll do it.
Actually, the micro circles. I was thinking we were in 1 hour, like making a whole day compressed to 1 hour. So when I found out that no, just to make up the start with storytelling activities like the icebreaker and the silly story activity, it was like, oh, okay. So me and my partner, we were talking the same day because we hadn't get in touch with each other before. So we had rough planning, we had an idea, and when it was 15 minutes left, we had done all our exercises. We had to come up with something just like that, and it worked out. So that was the main thing, to realize that when you are in charge, when you're a trainer, then you are in fact leading the process. So if anything stood out for me this week, it was leading a workshop. I never done it before.
And what have you learned?
Well, I'm always thinking in advance as if I'm in a play. And to be in a play, you have to play your role well. You have to react to the other partners because they're supposedly other actors in the play, and be prepared for the unexpected. So you have to have a number of roles that you're ready to play if that's necessary, or I don't know, just be able to adapt, and be able to be in control the situation, to keep the tempo up.
I learned that I have to be more relaxed when I do things, because if I'm not relaxed, I can't create a good atmosphere for the people who are involved in my workshop, for example. So I should be the first person that is relaxed and happy to do all these activities.
Well, I knew that I can learn about the hardware and software. I know that. That's just a matter of time and knowing how to proceed. But it's always interesting that we will use small groups. If you're 30 people, people can get away with things and you can't have control. But if you're only 5 people, then it's more close, more personal. So I have done meetings with members of 5, and they work as fine as good. But then this is for a whole day. Usually I have meetings for 1 hour, 2 hours, and I'm talking and then asking questions about subjects, and I learned for a decade or two. This is a new one, but I still got the impression, at least, that, well, this can work out very well. Let's try, and you can come back with that question in a year, and then I will, remember what we said in model.
So how will you approach your own workshop in your country?
Well, I don't think that is settled yet. But I would expect that these are people eager to learn, eager to deliver, and people that will grasp the importance of the thing, that will take it to their hearts and take it seriously.
I was thinking about addressing my workshop to unemployed young people because I think that the digital curricular storytelling is very useful to them because it's a very good tool that can be added to the traditional CV. And I think that a lot of times many people don't know how to express themselves. So the curricular story can be a very good tool to do it.
I will inform the participants that this is a part of a project. It's a bigger picture here. I need to tell them that because I have a plan for the longer perspective myself. But in this moment, it is a part of a project. So they have to realize that there are limitations and an aim for it. We can't just do any story, we have to do a curricular story. So I think that will be the beginning. Since we are working for 1.5 days, let's find out if the ice-breaking activities and those activities in the beginning of the process will work for just 1.5 days, or you need 3 days. We don't know that yet. So it will be fun to test. And that's the beauty of this project, just to find out if it works. So no one has an expectation that it will work, just to try it out. So if I'm a pioneer any day, this will be the day when I can look back and say, I was part of this. And that will make me ego a little bigger, I can say that.
Now you've completed the K-Values training, if somebody approached you with an idea towards making their own digital curricular story, what would you say to them?
Well, I would advise them to do that, because that is the way actually to begin exploring yourself, exploring the means to make a digital story, and actually learning the fundamentals on which you may improve. So this is a never-ending story. You don't make a curricular story once. You make it once just to learn how to make it, and then you develop it, I believe, when you see the importance of it.
I think I would say go through it, because it's very useful, and you will finish your curricular story, and you will be more richer than when you started your reflection about your story, because you have to think about yourself, and when you think about yourself to do a story, I think that you grow up.
I will promise say, of course, join in. We will have, in the beginning, we will have only a few members who are looking for jobs, but eventually we will have for any member to take part of this digital storytelling. If they need to do curricular stories or just personal stories, we don't put so much effort in that. My personal perspective is that any member of the DIC organization will have a possibility to make their story, publish it through our website, and or even employers. Hi, we are looking for a person who can work here, a story of 3 minutes. It can look like opposite curricular story. Instead of you looking for a job, employers are looking for you. And if you want to share some information, yes, but first look at this story. Then you can explain what we need from you, eventually. So I have a plan, but first I respect this project, and let's finish it. And if I'm able to decide what's going to happen, we will have thousands of stories in a couple of years, and employers, and it will be a natural process. You get your ad somewhere in the web or papers, and your story.